So for me, I felt like
I don't
when
give
I
a
told
crap.
Savine,
Derek, nobody gives a crap what you feel. We don't care what you feel. I don't give a crap about if you feel anything. Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here, my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
Hey, today we're checking out episode 54 mini reunion with BM talks to him.
Oh.
He's bringing up them group chats.
Oh.
Them dirty group chats.
Jail.
Shout out to BM. Shout out to Arlette Amuli. Let's do it.
All right, welcome back to
Oh no, we need to go to the top.
I don't want to go.
We gotta be above these thugs,
That's crazy.
these criminals,
That's crazy.
these group chatters. Look at them. This is the profile.
How you get caught up in this, brother?
Who?
The one in the front, the first one.
The NBA player?
No, not that one. Not that one.
Huh?
That one. He
Huh.
look like he don't even bother nobody.
BM Talks to them. So today we have another mini reunion. This time we have the people from episode 54. Welcome everyone. How you all feeling?
Great.
feeling good.
Let's not all speak
Okay.
out at once
Excellent,
now.
excellent.
That's good. That's good. So today I want to get straight into it, right? I want to get straight into it. The topic that we're going to speak about today is group chats, right? We're going to speak about more, but I want to start off with this group chat thing. The first question I want to ask you guys is, who created this group chat?
Raise your hand.
I did.
Okay, can you
Ow!
explain
Who did it?
what happened at the beginning?
Who did it?
The one I thought that don't bother nobody. Oh my gosh.
Come here. Come here.
Come to the front of the class.
Come here. I'm not gonna hit you. You know better. You know better. Sit down.
Why did you create a group chat, and where is it right now?
He looked like a group chat maker.
Stop.
I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Once things start transpiring, I just alleviated the whole damn thing.
Stop using
I
words you don't
where
know.
it's at.
Okay.
Transpired and
So who's
alleviate.
in this group chat? Who was in this group chat, should I say?
Who did
Still
it?
in the group chat.
Why
Yeah, I
you
was still
still
in the
in
group
it?
chat.
You ain't learned?
Who you
Am I
talking
in there?
to?
I don't know
Yo,
for
you
sure.
took yourself out of there. Cut it out, man. Cut it out.
How does that work? How you create it
But,
and then leave?
I forgot the guy's name. What's the other guy's name? Because we came up with it together.
Yeah, you kicked me out the group chat.
Oh,
From Dallas. You
kicked
talking about
myself
Buddy from
out the group
Dallas. You
chat.
talking about Buddy from Dallas, I think.
Yeah, we came up with it. Me and him was talking. Matter of fact, I take it back to a couple days before. After we left the show, we all went out for drinks and we started building a camaraderie.
camaraderie.
Everybody didn't go, but for the ones that
Camaraderie
was
being
there,
single?
everybody started talking and stuff, got some drinks, chopped it up and everything. And we all exchanged, for the most part, we was exchanging each other's Instagrams and stuff like that.
Oh.
And then me and the other guy, he had hit me up. We was going back and forth like, let's create one. And then we just started trying to put the people in there. I was asking the guys, like, from the beginning, before when we first did it, I was like, let's add everybody, and nobody never said anything.
Nah. We know what you're trying to do already. We already know what you trying to do. You trying to play Mr. Innocent, like, hey ladies, it was my idea to bring y'all in. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't mean for y'all to get left out. Because if y'all was so interested in having the ladies in there, why was y'all sending chicks, you feel me, pictures of girls and all that through the DMs?
Yeah.
Man, you're caught, buddy. You're caught.
I forgot we had that. Bro, that scared the crap out of me. Bro.
Hey, like, it was clean days. I was like, let's add the girls, let's add the girls.
He
And
capping.
nobody said nothing.
Capping on his raps.
And so do you want me to keep going or you want me to just stop right there? You have a question before that.
No, keep going. You can keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
So I had to talk when me and Shay had that moment. Me and her started talking to him, like, even though it's against odds, we still share this moment together. So we started down. building a friendship. And I asked her what she thought about it. And she was like, I think it's a good idea. Now, it was two ways it was going to go because I didn't have the females' Instagrams or whatever. So it was like, create a new one or just add them to this one. And I didn't know the basis of it because I never did a group chat. I never even done a group chat on the iPhone. So
And why did you make
I
one?
just added them in and I was at work. So I added the people in and I was at work and did my phone.
This that homie. Hey, they caught us, guys. Yeah, man.
They caught y'all.
They caught us.
They caught y'all.
Hey, y'all can stop hiding behind the truck, man. They got us, man. They got us all, man.
Look at Derek's face. Who is he side-eyeing?
He looking in our direction because he can't believe how you gonna start the group chat knowing. And then here's the thing: you know what's in the group chat talking about some. Let's add the females. You're messy, dog. We know what it is. Hey guys, they caught us.
Just start down, going off, and then I looked for a second. I said, "Oh my god!" And then I just. But my intentions wasn't to start nothing.
Okay. All right. So
Even though it was a bad idea, it was on my part stupid idea.
And he
I
took
could wear the
himself
brunt
up
of
before the
that.
backlash
so what
hit.
was said in that group chat that caused a lot of mess?
The females might could quote it better than the guys can.
I wasn't
think-
in that.
Go ahead. I was gonna say
Don't let him
Oh,
speak.
I didn't create the group chat, but
No one asked.
who you say you connected with? The rules you said you connected with Shay. Who's Shay? You said you connected with Shay.
Oh, what are you needing answers?
The
Who
one that
frick is you?
me and her had the moment. The legs don't match the derriere.
Oh,
the teeth don't match the
okay. No,
Yeah.
so I think for me, as far as like what happened with my match, I responded to a message on there that I think when guys were talking about BBLs, I wasn't even putting it to the,
Why are we letting him talk? Why are we letting him talk, bro? We know he has the worst. His speech stat is 0. He didn't invest nothing in charisma. He didn't invest no points in speech. It's just he just went pure just vitality, dog. He don't got nothing else, man. It's like, bro, he did so horrible in his catch up. This is like having a lawyer that's failed every single court case come out to speak for y'all.
And we still trying to figure out why his license ain't revoked.
Yeah, he didn't got his. He went in there and he was the plaintiff, and somehow he got being the plaintiff. He got his person put in jail. It's like, bro, like what are we talking about? Why is he even talking?
Why he ask him about Shay like that? Like him and Shay had something going on.
Because he trying to figure out who snitched on him.
He's
Me and my match.
there was so much stuff happening during the recording. I wasn't even putting it together. Like I'm sure I know she said it like she had a BBL, but I was looking past, she had such a bright personality. I was enjoying her humor. I wasn't even thinking about BBLs when they were talking about this in a group chat. So then when they said like the scars on the knees or whatever, that was something I told her I hadn't even paid attention to from even when she came out there. So it wasn't something that I was even, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when it came back to like, I was the one who texted, that's where it threw me off.
Look, they don't even
because I
believe
never,
you.
Because you were.
when I talked to her about it and I matched her person, I was never one who said that. And I think the gentleman here who started the group chat and then hid later can tell you he's the one who probably wrote that. It had to be from somebody else because I never wrote that about you.
I never hid the group chat.
I screenshotted
No, I'm saying, if
you writing it. That's how I knew it was you.
No,
who
I
said
replied.
it.
I replied. You can show that screenshot. I never wrote that. I replied to that
You said
when whoever was in our group chat, they said that the girl one with his scar and the knees on
Okay.
the scars.
Okay. So Derek. So
Somebody just.
Can I see the screenshot? Let me see it, man.
That's what I need. Somebody needs to just palm the back of his head. Just
And if
some spit off of it.
if he didn't say it initially and he replied to it, what was in the reply
That part.
that offended her?
And the point is, why you entertaining it? Somebody talking about your match, calling her the girl with some work and the scars on her knees. You not G-checking?
That's beyond disrespectful, bro.
Bruh, he guilty. I don't believe
even
nothing
if
he
she
said.
did admit to having work, it's just you ain't gotta Don't identify her as that.
He can show me 100% proof that he didn't do it, and I still wouldn't believe him.
When you write
Get off,
something in the group
bro.
chat, your picture shows.
Palm the back of his head.
Correct.
Savina, does his picture show that it was him that wrote that?
Yes. Yes.
Derek,
That's why I was initially
You have to show that.
upset
I didn't.
because I
Show
was
us, Sabina.
referred to
I wouldn't have
as
wrote that.
my girl was the girl with the BBL and the cosmetic. I mean the scars on the knees and the cosmetic surgery. And I felt like I have a name. My name is Savina. You know my name. So why refer to me and address me as the girl with the scars on the knees and
That's what I'm trying to tell
cosmetic
you,
surgery?
Savannah. There has to be some type of, because the guys can tell you before you were let in, because like you said, you wasn't originally in
The
the
guys
group
stop
chat.
vouching.
The
I don't
guys
care
that
for
were
money.
originally in, they're the one who said, "Oh, the one you mentioned." He said the one with the scar with the knees. And the guy, then Jody said, "Oh, I had the one with the better BBL." I never mentioned. I don't talk about women like that. It's not my character.
Derek,
That's not the.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
saw the message. I saw it.
And I said that.
Yes.
So then there had to be a follow
No,
up. There had to be a
lie.
follow up. No, that's fine.
Just take accountability, dog. Who else did it? A bot? AT&T? Like Verizon took your phone? Hey, gang, you know your girl got a BBL. This is also your representative. Don't forget to for $5.95 we can extend your. Like, what the freak we talking about?
AI, artificial ignorance. It was the AI. The AI didn't know. It didn't know no better. It didn't know.
Look, everybody, look at everybody's response. Dang, that brother cooked. Look, this is his face expression, bruh. That's how he looking. She look like, come on, bruh.
She has the best facial expression. She has the best reaction.
This one right here, like, boy, ain't no way. He over here laughing. He's happy. He's the one who, he's the spy.
Because if he didn't say it, they would have vouched and said he didn't say it, bro.
Exactly.
It's two men that was in the chat that saw it. They can't even vouch that you didn't say it.
He knows he's cooked. He's the spy. He's the spy. She just like, dang, that boy caught. And she can't believe what she just heard. Brother, you're cooked.
Yeah, because he tried to match up with her after Savina.
Yes.
So then there had to be a follow up. There had to be a
lying.
follow up.
That's
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. That had to be a follow up of what someone else said. That's not how it started.
Derek, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, Derek, right? If you get caught, you need to take it as it is. If you say
No,
if
and
you
I don't
said,
have no problem with that. I
okay,
think
then
again,
that's what I'm saying. I saw the message,
All
and
right,
to be
so if I
honest,
wrote that in the message-
there was a bunch of messages, right,
yeah.
in that group chat that I saw from a lot of different people,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm there sitting to myself thinking, you guys are the more mature age group, right?
So you thought.
The younger generation are looking up to you. You lot should be
Not
setting
no more.
examples for them, because they're
Don't set
looking
no
up to you
standards.
guys, saying, okay, we need to follow them.
No, we don't.
Why are you guys doing the things that people in their 20s or even younger? We're not in high school.
We don't do that.
When high school people make group chats, it's all laughs, it's all banter.
All right.
Here you lot make group chats, feelings are involved. People are getting upset, people are hurt. The group chats that you make at this age,
It's
it
ridiculous.
hurts people. People's feelings get hurt. Because why? You guys have responsibilities. High schoolers, when they do this group chat, they don't have responsibilities. You guys are paying rent. You guys are paying your mortgage. You guys have kids. So if you say something about somebody, it's gonna hurt them. It's not funny. So what I'm saying now is, right, as an adult, you need to know how to carry yourself, right? You need to know what is appropriate. You need to know what to say about people that doesn't offend them in certain ways, right? Because when I saw that group chat, and I'm gonna tell you now, that group chat, no good.
No good.
I saw some of the screenshots, and I think to myself, like, come on, guys, this is ridiculous. As the people that's meant to be setting examples to the younger generation, it doesn't make any sense. The people that are in their 20s should be in their 20s. People that are in their 30s should know your level. If you're in your 40s, you should know that your level is there.
No, your level is crazy, bro.
I'm just so mad.
That's such a.
I'm just so mad that my brother right here in the far left, I was like, dang, what he doing here? He don't even do nothing
And
to
he
nobody.
started it all.
And he started the doggone group chat.
He started
and
it
then
all.
dipped.
Bro, he knew what he was doing. Not only did he start the group chat, then he invited the females to the group chat, saw everything start to implode, and took himself out the group chat.
He did the dragon flee.
Yeah, and then had the audacity when they get on the catcher to be like, I always wanted the women in the group chat. I just don't understand why the guys didn't want them. me personally, I would have added them myself.
He did the drag and flee.
The ones at the bottom, are the ones that's meant to be looking up to you guys. Why is it that there's people in their 40s acting worse than people in their 20s?
Talk about it.
You guys are planning to come on Pop the Balloon. You book your flight. You fly over to the show to join a group chat. This is not Pop the Balloon and join group chats.
Okay, we got another one.
You picking your teeth. You should have been picking better decisions in that group chat, brother.
Leave Derek alone. He's not
Can
doing
I
nothing
follow up
right
with
now.
something?
No,
No, Derek. I'm trying to
Again,
defeat
this
you,
wasn't
bro.
me.
I'm tired of you
literally
talking.
we had another group chat on the phone, so this is where it was.
Gosh, there's a second group chat, Derek. Shut up. Dang it, Derek. Shut up. Shut up. Gosh.
He might be the 48, bro.
He is the 48. Shut up. Nobody else wanted to. Bro, look, he is appalled. He said, oh no. They looking like, what? What? He look, his face, he stopped smiling. He said, hold on.
They made that comment of her with the scars and knees. So when we were in a private group chat to decide, I said, this is the girl you guys mentioned. This is how they were describing her. I said, she's the one with the scar and the knees. So if I reposted that wasn't originally me saying from when the
Derek,
character I displayed in front of Savina. I don't need to talk about women, but in a
Derek, this is like somebody stabbing somebody, and then they come in and they go, yo, this group of guys, somebody just stabbed me. I got stabbed in my hip. And you come up to the guy and you're like, see, this is how you know it wasn't me. And you yank the blade out. You're like, because if I was going to stab him, and then you stab him in the other side, like, I would have stabbed him right here.
You're guilty.
You're guilty. Freak up.
the man's group chat, I was telling him, this is the girl you guys said, the one with the scar with the knee. So I might have reposted. I might have said that. That's fine. I'll take accountability for that. But that's not how I would describe Savina.
Are you apologizing for what you said?
Yes, I'm apologizing.
Nah,
like I said, I
friendly
have a non-
fire is crazy. Friendly fire is crazy. Friendly fire is crazy. He's the op. Derek, look. He did it to you.
No.
He's the 48.
No, he did it to himself. He shouldn't have been talking about people like that.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry for that. But
He's
I'm
the
not.
op.
That's not how I would describe Savina.
Why did he have
Are you
that?
so are you apologizing?
Look.
Yes, I'm apologizing. Like I said, I have a nonprofit walk with character. My whole thing is about character. So, I tried to tell Savina, and I wanted to come up here and clear things up.
Okay.
In my last life as an athlete, I didn't date black women, unfortunately.
So here we go with this, brother, man. We don't give a crap that you
Oh,
were.
my
We don't care that you like
gosh.
to play in the snow, dog. We don't give a crap. Care about this, man.
I'm going to use that for an excuse. In my last life, as a delinquent, as my last life.
Let me get on to that as well. Okay,
Oh
my
all right.
gosh.
So I wanna actually say, I wanna talk about this black women because you said a lot of stuff about black women this, black women
I did.
right?
I'm learning.
So I want to ask
for the
you,
internet
Derek,
to teach you to learn.
what does race have to do with a woman's safety?
It didn't. It came with culturally. I was talking to a friend of mine who I don't put her personal business out there. We were talking about this subject, and I wanted to take race off the table. It wasn't about race. It was more so.
What you about to pull out of your
Look, bro,
armpits?
I just feel like we need to. I feel like you just need to be banished.
What you about to pull out your armpits? Because it's about to be nothing but gibberish.
I say we slap some duct tape on your forehead and then you just yank that skin off. And we just put you to the community you want to be. Because you are doing phenomenally bad right now. And it's crazy.
A lifestyle, you know what I mean? A lifestyle that I was accustomed to living my whole life, which I'm coming from. I wasn't used to. If I was interested, me and a woman shared the similar interests and we were interested in each other. In my last life as a basketball player, if I said I was getting a flight, I never had a woman tell me she was uncomfortable or she was worried about her safety.
Okay,
You know,
Derek, let me say one thing, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what race you are. A lot of
I said it wasn't
women,
about race. Yeah, I didn't make it. I
lot of
made a
women-
mistake about making it race.
yeah, a lot of women in that position would feel unsafe. Number one, you're booking a very late night flight. Number
She
two,
told me to pick up evening flight.
Oh my gosh. How did you live this long? How have you made it this long? I need to just.
Yeah, you didn't get enough of those. I can already tell, boy.
Sean, what do you need?
listen to what's going on. You know,
Okay.
you're jumping in a lot. You know,
He ain't got nothing.
Number
See,
two,
no, hold on. I'll show you how you need it. He need it
book
like this.
an Airbnb instead
See,
of a hotel.
he got to get it the way my mama used to give it to me, man. She did not tell you that you need to go ahead, and when I tell you to clean up, you better clean up. Stop. Move your hand. 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 CPS go get called on you.
Right?
Okay.
You know,
Right.
hotels, there's cameras, there's someone in reception. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in hotels that may make people feel safe. Airbnb, some Airbnbs don't have that. Number
Anybody
three,
that lives, not to cut you off.
Derek,
Shut-
you're cutting me off.
Yeah. You're
Number
right.
three,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Number three, you booked the flight under somebody else's name, or somebody booked the flight under
Okay.
somebody else's name. Those are three very valid reasons to why a woman should feel unsafe. I have sisters. If
Okay.
any of my sisters told me that, I will have questions. Do you understand?
Okay. All
That's what it is. So sometimes when you're talking to women, you need
Okay.
to know how to listen to them. Because sometimes you might think, oh, I have all these stuff in my head. I wanna lay it out, this and that. But she said this, she
You
said
need
that.
to learn how to listen in
But
general.
you wasn't listening to what she was saying. She was saying that the points that she's bringing up is not looking like, you know, it's a straight line. It's looking a bit like what's going on.
Look how you looking.
So you could have literally just spoke about it and reassured her that it wasn't going to be like that. But if you're jumping all the time, you know, going back and forward with her, she's not gonna feel 100%.
Respectfully, you know, and I say this with all respect, you wasn't on one phone call with us, any conversation me and Savina.
You know who was in one phone conversation with you? The lady in the room who said it. Ooh. You know, my favorite drink is Powerade Zero. You want to know why
no, it's
Powerade
not. We
Zero?
ain't sponsored by them.
You want to know why Zero is so powerful? Because Zero is a reflection of the average man.
Oh,
There's
dang.
zero thought going on. You see, now the average man is zero thought. But you see, there's the blessed men, the people that are endowed with wisdom, who understand that there is more to the Powerade than just the zero. You feel what I'm saying? So the problem with Darren is, or whatever his name is,
Derek.
I don't give a crap. The problem with him is when he got his head shaved, right? It scratched the medulla oblongata of the back of the head.
What is
And
that?
so when his medulla oblongata got scratched, Derek lost the ability to comprehensively think. So this is where the Snow Bunny mind control came into play. So when Derek's medulla oblongata was open for the Snow Bunny mind control, they allowed him to be convinced that women's safety is a myth. You feel what I'm saying? So when the zero plus the damaged medulla oblongata and the Snow Bunny mind control goes into a perfect parabola around the circumference of his forehead, right? The empty spaces, like an empty canteen, allows stupidity to fester. And once stupidity is at its eclipse, brother, hold on, take notes. Once stupidity is at the eclipse, that is when we get a guy who doesn't understand what he's talking about. Now, I'll be continuing my lecture at 3 p.m., y'all. God bless.
I had. But if right here, and I'll have Simon, if I'm lying, he can attest to this. When you live in New Jersey and in New York, even though the states are right very close to each other, as I was trying to host her and she was only going to be here for a weekend, it was Memorial Day weekend, it was a holiday weekend. I was trying to show her the best time in a sense of that commute to JFK from,
He's
like, he
about to
knows
take her
from
to
Newark. He
JFK?
works at Newark Airport. From Newark to JFK is a hike. I live in the suburbs. I probably live another 40 minutes from Newark Airport. So I was trying to tell Savina was, when I'm booking a trip, I originally had you in New York, but the hotel that she was staying in had a city view, was a great spot. It was 400 square feet when I was looking in the details of it. So her coming from Alabama, I'm like, man, I don't want her feeling claustrophobic. A lot of these hotels in New York aren't really accommodating in like a lot of other states. So using my noggin, I said, hey, I'm gonna get her an Airbnb with a pool, had the whole house, had a pool where she could be sectioned off to herself. But it was looked at as like, okay, because I said I played in the NBA, that I'm supposed to put, like, if I was supposed to put this.
Oh my gosh, here he go, bro. Let's keep it a band. Somebody gave us the Carfax about your NBA career, right?
Nobody has brought up his career.
Bro, so
he brings it up every chance he gets. No one is talking about him. Nobody's talking about him. Sabina's face is crazy. And the sister next to her is crazy too, bro. Nobody's bringing him up like that, bro. You keep saying, like, because people think I'm a basketball player, or I used to play basketball, this. Nobody has any standards or expectations for you at this point.
Let's look at Derek character's NBA stats.
What?
Dang. So Derek, you played one season. You played one season. Where is this NBA fancy lifestyle that you're talking about? Brother, you lived it one time. You talking like you've been holding this NBA lifestyle for 13 years and you know this a custom lifestyle. Brother, you played one season. You averaged 1 rebound and 2 points. And 0.02 assists. You literally did not even have a career.
Yet. At that point.
Bro, y'all think I'm lying? I'm being so truthful. Brother averaged 0.05. Bro. That was his full career. He averaged 5.2 minutes a game.
American former basketball.
What are we talking about?
You gonna piss me off. Why they put the time?
They even had that character played one season in the NBA.
Wait, look up LeBron. I want to see what they say. American. Okay. So they put. Okay. Oh my gosh.
You talking like you had this level of career. Brother, you're talking like you was really out there.
Click on his overview. At least he got to take a picture with Kobe. Oh, it went away.
Just like the career.
Don't do him
5
like that,
star,
bro.
6-star hotel.
Give a crap.
And it was like, yo, like, I told you we was coming here as a friend. I wasn't, I was just trying to show you a good time. It wasn't being cheap. By me doing the Airbnb,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was not thinking about her safety. I have a daughter, I have mothers.
Okay.
I booked them Airbnbs, shared flight.
Okay.
When you're
All right.
sharing properties, like,
Okay.
oh no.
Yeah. All right. So another thing I wanted to say as well, is that we have a lot of things going on in our community,
Okay.
as black people, that we are trying to sort out. Now, we need to all be together. You know, we can't be trying to make situations worse and saying all this and that. We need to find a way to build love, build positivity in our community, right? What you said right there about, oh, black women this, black women that, was unacceptable.
I take accountability for that.
That's a first.
Okay. All right, so
Didn't know you could do that.
Savina, tell us, how did you feel after that whole catch up?
You better not interrupt her.
I don't feel like it was thorough and honest. Because he keeps indicating, for one, that I mentioned his finances. I never mentioned his finances. I never mentioned his finances. When we had that conversation during the course of those 2 days, he originally, like I stated previously, he stated that he was looking at a loft. Okay. He come back and he tells me that a loft was booked. Okay. I looked at the pricing of a loft a night. It was $137 a night. So in my head, naturally, if that hotel is $137 a night, I'm sure that others in that area or whatnot are running around along the same price. Okay. The next morning, it wasn't until Friday that he proposed this whole, I got an Airbnb. I'm like, okay, we didn't discuss an Airbnb. You know, what's the location? You could, I mean, if
No
you,
house in
one thing I
Cali.
know about an Airbnb is
Shut,
one,
bro. You can't be quiet to save your life. You interrupt everyone else when they're talking. But it's so hard for you to listen. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. No, y'all are BM'd. Y'all better than me. The viewers that's watching this is better than me. Cause I can't do it. Oh my God.
once you book it, they send you confirmation and address. You can't send me what you haven't
I
booked.
was waiting
You
for
can't send
confirmation.
a confirmation if you don't have it. So right there, that kind of let me know everything that I needed to know. And then for you to just instantly jump on how a white woman would feel, I'm a black woman. I can never state how a white woman feels. I don't walk in her shoes.
At
I'm
the end of the
okay
day,
without
guys,
walking in
any, like I
one's
said
shoes.
before, I said as well,
That's fair.
any race would
That's
You know,
fair.
feel
any woman would
unsafe.
be,
You know,
concerned about her
I've
safety.
done it.
Even, I
I've
mean,
never had
I
any
just
race.
feel
I
like
haven't had that issue.
what's
Oh.
Can we just collectively just shun him out of the community? Maybe just I'd rather get, maybe we can save one of these YNs that got locked up in prison. We could probably change his life. We could take the switch out his hand and put a 2x4 in his hand and allow him to fix something. Because there's more hope in that than this. Because if you don't understand what anybody's trying to say to you, any woman would be concerned with her safety. If your response is, I've never dealt with this with any other type of woman, well, then maybe you're not dealing with average women. Maybe you're dealing with women who are only seeing dollar value or your status, that they don't give a crap what happens to them. There's chicks right now that will take a plane ride to Dubai and let a random prince take a dump on their chest for $1 billion. You think they give a crap about their safety doing that? So why are you trying to compare? They're not real women, bruh. Let's keep it a stack. Those are accessory type women. Those are women that don't care about anything but the money. And we got to start separating the fact that the money hungry clout demons versus actual human beings. We got to separate. It's the same thing as those dudes that will do anything for $1 to the point where they'll take out their own brother in GTA for $1. That's a money hungry clout demon. We got to separate that from an average Joe. So they're saying an average woman, any woman that has her life together that is not money led, would be concerned being in a new environment without their safety. And I don't know why you're not understanding that. How are you disconnected from reality off of a 1 year in the NBA? How does that work?
treating Derek, I allowed you to talk. I've allowed you to talk. I feel
No, I
like
wasn't talking to you. It's all
I
right,
was
Savannah. I'm
never
sorry.
really included. I was never really included in his decisions for my travel. It was more so a thing of, if you're not paying for it, shut up. You don't have no fight in this if you're not paying for it or whatnot. I was always taught, and I can't attest for others, but if a man invites you, or anybody for that reason, anybody invites you out, it's generally their responsibility to take care. So if I had, told
That is
Derek,
very true.
come here, I got you, I would have laid everything out for Derek. When Derek told me to come to Jersey, Derek, he made it seem like, oh, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that.
I will say that is universal, that if you invite somebody out, if you make the invite, you should always be prepared to have to cover whoever you're inviting out, because you invited them. You requested their appearance. Now, I will say though, just because somebody invites you out, and it universally is understood that since you're the invitee, you should not be expecting to pay for something. But in the way the world is now, never go nowhere unless you can pay your own way. Even if you're not expected to spend anything, always have enough to pay your portion no matter what it is, because people flip-flop just like he did. So have enough to pay your own way.
I never said, put me in the Ritz Carlton or anything. My only thing was, put me somewhere safe and put me somewhere nice. Nice can be 4 stars. Holiday Inn Express has 4.3 stars. You could have done that. But the thing with him was, he began attaching monetary value to locations. And then for you to tell me, well, I'm not going to be driving back and forth to come pick you up, you're going to have to Uber. It became a matter to me as if I was a burden on somebody. You didn't present this date as a
Oh,
friend,
we don't want to
a
hear you
friend meeting
talk.
with a friend. That's not how it was
Savannah,
presented to me.
Savannah.
All right.
Yep, cut
So
him off.
obviously
We don't want
we
to hear you
all
talk
heard
no
about
more.
the JBL speaker. Now I'm pretty sure JBL might reach out to you, Derek,
Okay.
for sponsorships or something. I mean, let's be honest, right? If you're on a date and you're playing your own music, it's kind of like there's music already playing. You should be.
It wasn't. We was outside. Music wasn't already playing. Is the music just playing outside the moment we start walking in the hot ass desert? Yeah, I was outside. It was just something friendly. I wasn't taking it like this was our first date. I was really just trying to, again, be my natural self. She was getting to know me. I was getting to know
Which is
her.
annoying.
As an ex athlete, spending a lot of times in the gym. I think I just got done out of the
Oh,
the hotel gym that I was.
brother. When you introduce yourself to people, just say, "Hey, I'm ex-athlete Derek, athlete Derek, ex-athlete Derek." Bro, nobody cares. You keep bringing this up. What does you sitting outside having lunch or dinner have to do with you being an ex-athlete? Not a dang thing. Oh my.
I think it does. I think it's because as an athlete of that caliber, right? You're so used to having your way with things that people wouldn't look at you for doing what you wanted to do because you had the money to justify what you want. So that's why he keeps bringing it up. But my thing is, it's like, you only live that lifestyle for a limited amount of time, dog.
Was
We
in, and
don't
she
know
told me
you.
she was downstairs in the lobby, so I didn't run upstairs to go put my speaker away.
Okay.
I carried the speaker with me, and I just like, I'm from Jersey, we like the vibe, we dance. So it's like that didn't mix with her, that didn't match. From there, she could have told me that was the first day
Mm.
she told me about it when we was here on live. Like she didn't mention that any times I called her about like, yo, how did you feel about the day? Like that was the first time I've ever heard about this. Just like in the show, I said, what do you have for me in Alabama? So I asked her, I wanted to go to Alabama. I've never been to Alabama. She mentioned about coming to New Jersey. I wanted to go to Alabama.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I mean, it's clear that it didn't work out between you two. So
Can I say something, please?
No.
you're gone.
The
I just want to
snitch.
apologize to anybody that got offended by me
Oh
opening
my
up a group
gosh,
chat,
here
man.
he go.
Let
man.
him take accountability,
Bro, bro, I'm telling y'all now, this is one of those tactics in the group chats, bro. This is the guy who apologizes first on everything because it takes all the heat off of him. Because a lot of people will go, well, he apologized, so he in the clear, but he does the most destruction. It's the guy who fights back like Derek. Derek may not have even done as much destruction as him. But because Derek is fighting so much, all of that attention is going to go on Derek, and it's going to completely nullify everybody else's dirt. Because Derek is making himself the target.
Because he talked too much, man.
And homeboy right here, I'm already peeping, bro. You're slimy. Because you made the group chat. You invited the females into the chat. And then when you saw the chat start blowing up, you admit yourself, you dipped up out. You're slimy.
He didn't know how to set up the chat, but he knew how to lead the chat.
That's what I'm saying. You see how it don't add up? You never created a group chat before, but you was operating in the group chat, and then you invited people into the group chat while you was at work.
And brother knew how to leave.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe nothing he's saying, bro. He's capping.
Even if y'all don't accept my apology, man, I apologize for that. It wasn't
don't
a great
need
idea. It
none
wasn't
of
a good
this.
idea. It wasn't a good idea at all.
I heard about the group chat from Jody and Derek. So I wasn't really on it as much because I've been working, taking care of my responsibility and stuff like that. So I only came on there once in a while. So I was playing a lot of catch up because they was telling me a lot was going on. So I was like, okay, okay. And then it was time that I vibe with the fellas. But to make matters short, the group chat was created just for the guys, for the bros, and it was supposed to be just for the bros only. And then later on, I was told that, someone added the females in, which was gonna kind of mess it up, being as though everything that a lot of the guys was saying.
All right, we figured out everybody's role in here. We figured out everybody's role. He was the snake. He was one of the bro times where we don't want the females in here because he was probably going along with everything that was being said in here. Mm. And he was in the camp of the anti-female camp. He was in there. He just revealed his position right now. Derek was in the anti-female camp, but Derek was also he got thrown under the bus. So he was in anti-female camp. He was in anti-female camp. He was the snake. He was the martyr. I mean the super spy. So there's more guys missing out of here, but the other two dudes, one of them was ringleader.
In the group chat was supposed to be for the guys only. So if some of the girls come in and they see some of these things, they might not agree with what was said or typed or whatever the case was.
Simon, let me stop you there, brother.
Yeah, shut that up.
So you're saying that the stuff that you guys were saying in the group chat was appropriate?
To be honest with you, a lot of the things that was said, I didn't read everything. I only read like probably one thing, but
no.
So if you've only read one thing, how would you know if the women weren't gonna fly with what was being said in the group chat?
See,
once they got in there, y'all was in there doing what single men do when they get in group chats. They be sharing pictures of the girls that they want to talk to, who they talking to. Y'all be sharing pictures and videos and all this other kind of stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what y'all do.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been in Discord since I was 11 years old, dog. I've been in so many group chats, group Discords, whatever. I'm gonna tell you now, it don't matter what conversation. I don't care if I haven't looked in that group chat in 3 days. All it takes is a couple swipes to understand everything that's going on. Because it don't take that long to skim through what's being talked about. So all this that I'm hearing, bro, you could be during your break seeing all this, all that. I don't believe none of this. Just because, bro, everybody's on their phone. Bro, every human being's on their phone for multiple hours throughout the day. There are rarely people who are not on their phone for multiple hours. To think that you were in this active group chat with your phone's notifications blowing up because you got 6, 7 dudes in there typing, posting pictures, doing whatever, And you guys are also dealing with all the social media presence that y'all have. Because I know your Instagram was getting hit. I know people was talking about you. I know people reaching out. I know your phone was being used. To expect us to believe all of a sudden that you were just so locked into your 9 to 5 that you couldn't look at your phone. That's cap, bro.
Instagram tells you who's seen it, who didn't see it. Even if you're not typing in it, if you're reacting to pictures and images with the emojis and stuff like that, bro, you're guilty.
Yep.
You're guilty. It'll be no different if you was on a different platform. Go ahead.
And no, I'm feedbacking off you. And if you were such a outlier to the group chat thing, why would you be on the stance that you don't want the females in there, like Alex said earlier? If you just, I only read a couple messages, I only skimmed through it every once in a while. So why would it be a concern if the females is in there reading the messages? You weren't typing in there.
I don't agree with the group chat thing whatsoever, whether it's the males or the females doing it. If it's not business, like work, like networking, there's no reason for a group chat, period.
From my opinion, a lot of the things that was said in there, it wasn't appropriate, and it wasn't.
But you
I mean,
stayed.
for us guys, it was for us guys our conversation. But
Okay, the answer is
it
no.
wasn't
Yeah, the
appropriate.
answer is simple. It's no. It's not. It was not
Yeah.
appropriate. Now, I saw some of the messages, and I can say that, come on, guys, come on. Yassine, you did nothing wrong, because if you didn't add some of these women, then Savina wouldn't have known what Derek really thought about her.
True.
And
Shut up, Derek.
when you are getting to know someone, you're
Derek
speaking
is
about the
such a
person that you're getting
loser,
to know,
dog.
like that.
In
With a bunch of
GTA,
people that you don't know.
I don't know him like that. Let me watch how I'm talking, because I don't know him. But Derek annoying, bro.
Derek always has something to say. He's the child that you tell them to go do something and he questions everything. Why? But this, but that. Why? Like, they always got a rebuttal. Ooh, I can't do that.
No, with a bunch of people that didn't match. You matched, Derek. What are you doing in a group chat with a bunch
you
of
watching
people
on
that
TV,
did
dog?
not match?
So go back.
What are you doing in a group chat with a bunch of people?
Like you said, a bunch
who
of
are
fellas.
single?
Jody was
So I
in there.
guess my question
Jody
to you
matched.
is, Derek,
Why you
right?
throwing him up
I
in
guess my
there?
question to you is that
Okay.
did you want the entertainment?
No, if you go back and read the things, anytime the guys were writing the message in there, I would actually post a Black History something. I was only posting positive. So for
You gon' you but now you care about Black history.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. How you gonna preach Black history, but then you just did the whole, this is why I deal with white women.
You
And
need
it's
to
like,
get a PR agent.
bro, pick which side you on, dog. Is you with the black people or you not, dog? You can't be both.
You need to get a PR agent because
He
you are
probably
not
had
trained.
one, bro.
No.
The PR agent is sweating, drinking. The PR agent is drinking coffee mixed with Red Bull right now, trying to figure out what to do. His
for
caffeine
us to
levels is through the
highlight
roof.
maybe the one thing I re-said, you can go back and rewrite it. And even now, we go in the group message right now. We could pull up the group message right now. It's Black History facts. It's not the same immature stuff. Like I said, I speak to kids. I'm
Okay.
talking about character. So
Yeah.
it wasn't. We're not gonna go
Okay.
in here and be like, "Yo, Derek said this thing about this girl that was mentioned on another group chat, not his character." We're not gonna do that.
Can we see the
If
messages?
all you were saying is that you're just here posting Black History quotes, well, how did I know about you saying if I didn't step
I did.
up, you
We
were going
talked
to
about this.
request to go back on the show?
The producer, and I talked about this. He called
What?
behind the
How
scenes. He
did
said,
I
"Hey, has
know
Sabina
that?
been reaching
How
out to
did
you? Are
I
you
keep
reaching out to
knowing?
Sabina?
He'd
This
already
is part of
said
the
it.
show." He's like, "Yo, is she reciprocating to what you're reaching
Somebody
out
need to
to?"
mute
I was like, "I'm
Derek,
reaching
bro.
out to her. She
Mute
seems very
Derek.
busy."
Hey,
She
hey,
says she seems very busy.
Oh my
Whenever I'm
god.
This
telling the
was
group, I'm
around
telling the
the
group
fifth.
on whatever's
This was
happening. It's like,
around the
yo,
fifth,
it's
Derek.
not. We weren't communicating like that.
Okay.
hey, Derek.
Simon. Let's let Simon
And it was
speak
if she
now.
wasn't communicating, I'm
Derek,
asking the
brother,
You
group
can
to
brother,
run
reach
it
out.
by
brother,
me. You
brother.
can't run it
Everyone is
on me.
talking. This is not,
No, it's just one person
everybody
talking.
yelling
It's
at the
just
same
one
time.
person.
That's not what it's
This
about.
is one person, bro.
You know,
Derek got no etiquette.
everyone is gonna speak. When
Where
it's
was
time
your
for you to
parents
speak,
at,
you'll
dog?
speak. Simon wants to say something.
Derek, this from me to you. You know,
Okay.
man to man, brother to
He's
brother.
still gonna have something to say, brother.
Now,
Good luck.
what was said in the group chat, it wasn't appropriate. I'm just put it like that. Keep it honest. So honestly,
Okay.
you're older than me.
He's condescending.
In this situation, a lot of things that was
Nah,
said,
he don't
she
care.
has screenshots and
Okay.
she has evidence. My best advice towards you for the situation, like, just try not to go back and forth. Like, if I was in your shoes, I'd just be like, you know what was said was already said. I apologize, as a man, point blank, period. Hope you could accept my apology. And going forward, the fact that it didn't work out between y'all, that's that, and just keep it pushing. But if you argue back and forth, it looks bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just telling you as a brother, as a
It
friend,
looks real catty,
as whatever you take
like
me
you're one
as.
of
You
the
see what I'm saying?
gals.
Truth be told, so
Appreciate that.
we could just move past it, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't read everything that was in the group chat. I was
But
only
but
in
you're
the
saying
group
it's all
chat.
inappropriate. You didn't read everything, but you're saying it's
No,
all.
Oh my gosh, Derek.
He's trying to save you, bro. And I could understand if you was setting the record straight and you was proving people wrong, but at this point, it it's just going in circles, bro.
They need to have a group chat just talking about Derek, bro.
They probably do.
Bro, everybody just looking at Derek like, bro. Just,
YouTube got a group chat about Derek at this point.
yeah, bro. This is crazy, bro.
all
no, I
inappropriate.
didn't. No, I didn't read everything, but some of the things that I read, that I
What
From
what
me.
you
seen,
say?
From
you see what
me.
I'm saying? I'm not gonna point the
But
finger at.
you're directing it at me.
Yes,
You're saying my
yeah.
character. You're directing at me.
Some of the things that was said in general from you, from everybody, it wasn't something that.
Outside of the knees quote, what did I say?
Oh my
No, but
god.
that's my
No,
whole
say it,
point, Derek.
Simon. You already
Okay.
no,
Whatever
say it.
that you
I'm asking
Let
from
said,
me
brother to
let me
brother.
let
I'm
me
asking
just
from
jump let
brother
me
to
jump
brother.
in.
I'm
Let me
asking from
jump in
man to
here.
man.
Derek,
Let me jump
Derek
in
is
just
the
here. Let
worst.
me jump in here, guys. Derek,
Yeah.
it's simple. You take accountability, you move
I'm
on.
taking accountability. That's it.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
when you're going back and forth with a woman, if you're a man and you're going back and forth with a woman, people will not take you seriously.
I
End of.
understand
Joe
that's been the
don't.
standard of men don't argue
Especially
with women.
especially if it's online being watched by millions of people. So it is what
I'm
it
not
is.
worried about none of their
If
I
okay,
get
if
it.
you're not worried, but the problem is that we are trying to have a conversation.
Correct.
Civilized. We're trying to be calm and have a conversation. You
And I'm
keep
not ready.
jumping in. So let's just talk as adults, and
Raise
then
my
we
hand.
keep moving. All right. So I want to actually
Bro,
go on to
bro,
Sam.
this is a grown man.
A grown man, baby.
This is a grown man, by the way. He's going out bad.
I felt bad for BM.
BM is better than me, bro. I'd have been just kicked him out the call. I'd have kicked him out the call live.
Right. I
You'd
know
have
you
heard, and
you
he'd
said
have
a
been
few things
gone.
just now. I heard some stories. I want Joy to speak.
You ain't even said nothing yet, bro.
Yeah, go ahead and laugh, honey. Um, so I didn't match with anybody, obviously. After the show aired, Simon had reached out to me in my inbox on Instagram. We chatted back and forth, exchanged numbers. And in the conversations that we were having, he did tell me that the show had reached out to him to come back on, just different things like that. I already had a trip planned to go to New York. And I believe like he was going to try to like come to New York so we can do dinner or something, but like that never happened. Anyway, fast forward to one night, I think it was like a Friday night. I got to New York on like a Thursday. Friday night or evening. I don't know if he intentionally called me or if he like pocket dialed me, but he left a message on my voicemail. And I'm a,
Thank
because
you.
I have to, because
Thank you. Somebody with the dog. Thank you.
No, put your phone away, gang. You're cooked. Put the phone away, snitch. You're cooked. Everybody's cooked. He trying to alert the group chat right now. Boys, we're done.
I don't want to mix up your words and I don't want to leave nothing out.
That's what I'm talking about
So,
character.
Derek, this
Sorry.
is not your conversation, bro.
Derek, shut the fuck up. Gosh. do.
I just can't even imagine what you were like in your younger years.
He probably got bullied, dog.
I can't
I'm
even
gonna keep it a stack,
imagine.
dog. This is the dude that when y'all are trying to get up, y'all trying to get done with practice, and y'all just got done doing suicides, and y'all breathing, y'all ready to get that water. One of y'all trying to take a knee, and the coach like, "Hey, stand up. There's no oxygen down there." And Derek say, "But I feel better breathing down here though." Get everybody 10 more sprints because he won't shut up. Then he starts walking, and the coach hit you with the, "All right, until he wants to run, we gonna keep running."
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, dudes like that, as soon as we got in that locker room,
Oh, you get judged.
bro, I kept my cleats laced. As soon as we got in the locker room, it was on and cracking. We was jumping. And I'll take accountability because, bro, that gets you hot, bro. Derek, shut up.
That's what I'm talking about character.
Derek, this
Sorry.
is not your conversation, brother.
Dang, bro.
So, in the message that Simon left on my voicemail unintentionally, he talked about his popularity being sky high since the episode had aired, how he has been setting up sex appointments every weekend since the episode has aired. He flew someone out from North Carolina, then turned around and went to go see somebody else in Pennsylvania.
Oh, y'all are dirty. Y'all, you know what? This makes this a lot worse because it kind of proves that people that come on the show don't be genuine when they're coming on the show, quote unquote, looking for love. Cause ain't no way.
I'm trying to fix my face. My face is stuck, bro. Like, my face is stuck, bro.
You did what?
He apparently does this on a regular. I don't know what this is, but maybe he can elaborate on that.
Does what?
On a regular. I don't know what Pennsylvania. He apparently does this on a regular. I don't know what this is, but maybe he can elaborate on that. But he just said, but now he's long distance with me. So, yeah. He's also waiting to get his passport because he has 3 women over in Africa. There's one in Ghana, one in Nigeria, one in Kenya. Okay? And then with these women, apparently, like, they're on FaceTime and he's, like, asking them to show him something. And, yeah. So that's what happened on my voicemail. After that, I called Simon and I told him,
Oh my gosh. They're all cooked. They're all cooked. And then you got Derek thinking that he the good guy in this story. You're just as guilty, brother. We don't give a crap.
You're just as bad.
I don't care if one of these dudes sacrificed the goat. You're still evil in my book.
Derek's mouth just no.
do not contact me anymore.
Don't even compare to what Simon is doing.
Simon
They didn't even
proceeds
match.
to tell me it was a joke and his coworker dared him to do that. And here's my thing, okay?
How old are you?
Don't know me to call me and even leave me a message like that, because if you did, you would have knew I was the wrong person to call. I'm pretty sure you have other people in your contact list that have been in there for years. And on top of that, you're almost 40. I don't know. I don't know anybody our age that still plays those type of games. So yeah, it was a dub right after that.
Joy, you know why that sounds so familiar? Because my friend Mallory, she has voicemails from where Simon is calling her on Instagram. You know, miss me with that, Simon. On Instagram, my best friend. You know, all the messages that you're sending her at 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning, asking her what she's doing, and that y'all should hang out and tell them what kind of guy you are and what you can do and this and that.
You see how all the men are laughing?
He's cooked.
Y'all are the problem.
He's cooked.
They all think it's funny. They all think it's funny.
You know what's funny? Simon really tried to come in there and play the, hey, bro, just take accountability.
That's why
bro.
Derek said you want to talk about character. We understand.
But my thing is, homeboy over here in the
Quiet.
corner, homeboy over here laughing really hard right now. I hope something come for him because you can't get off scot
You
free, brother.
know.
No.
So I guess he likes to
Hold
leave
Yeah.
on. Hold on. Can
messages,
we jump on this
voicemails
too?
at
Like, this is what
one,
I'm
two,
talking about,
three
the
o'clock
culture
in the
too.
morning.
You
Can
just was
I'm
trying to
sorry,
jump
can
down my
I?
throat.
Derek, shut
Be
the freak up.
quiet.
Shut
No,
up,
I
Derek.
guess I'm just so curious that if all of this is going on with Simon and all these other women, why I was labeled as Simon's special friend. Like, I guess I'm trying to figure that part
Oh
out.
no! Oh no! Simon, Simon,
Ugh.
Simon, you need your tail whoop. You need your tail whoop, Simon.
Why I was labeled as Simon's special friend. Like, I guess I'm trying to figure that part out.
No, Derek wanted you.
I was
You were
never
Derek's.
anybody's
You
No,
friend.
were
no, 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 no.
Derek's person first, but then you moved over to Simon. Derek's feelings were hurt when he saw you in the nightclub or wherever y'all went that night, booed up with
Gotcha.
Simon. That came from the group chat.
Okay, so Simon, all this brotherly advice.
They is clocking tea out here, boy. Bro, the picture is spilt over.
This is why you don't ever want to go tit for tat with a woman in this regard. This right here, they might as well be special agents. They be putting stuff together. This forensic files.
Hey, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Okay.
She was given to Derek. All this.
He's older than me.
It's funny, huh?
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to attack the character. Like, come on, make it make sense, yo. We gonna jump down my throat, but go ahead.
Pause.
Like, come on.
It ain't high
The
character.
I'm talking about, make it make sense.
The fact that you even think it's funny now is just crazy to me. Like there's nothing
Crazy
about
work.
So I guess, Simon, you're giving all this advice. You're saying all these great things. But this is what you do. This is who you are. When I told my assistant to call you to come back on the show, I was like, no, he's a good guy. You know, he's very calm. He presents himself well. Then I started hearing the stories about you. Not just from one person, from two people, from three people. I started saying, wait, Simon, what is going on? Do you want to explain to the world what is going on?
Childish.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. That's why I was laughing and just stay quiet. So basically, all right, I don't even know I'm gonna start from Joy. Basically, yes, I did hit Joy up in her inbox and we started chatting, start getting to know each other a little bit, better and stuff like that. To go straight to the point, I was at work. I used to be in a sorority, fraternity, frat brothers type of
That
stuff.
explains a lot.
Oh my gosh, we about to blame everybody but yourself, bro.
Yep.
Bro, bro, y'all said this. You about to bring this sorority up like y'all was in the workplace giggling, feet kicked up.
Amen.
Hey, you know what you should do, dude? you should call that girl you're flirting with, dude, and tell her that you got women in every area code, dude. like that was a real bro. Man, boy.
Ben from Syracuse is kicking his feet right now.
So
Syracuse.
we get older, but we still a kid at heart because we still
No, that is
play,
not kid
me and my
behavior.
friends and stuff like that. So they seen the show. So a lot of people at the job, a lot of them were saying, yeah, we seen you and this, and a lot of people was cracking jokes. They were saying all different type of things. But I got specific friends that play, and some of them are older than me. So as we
Are
was
they single
talking,
too?
and she thought I probably pocket dial her, but I didn't pocket dial. All of these things was said on a level.
Bro, you are not Lelouch, bro. We not finna sit here and fall for it was actually a plan the whole time. Boy, man.
I think it was. I genuinely think it was just a prank, but I'm gonna say this. One, you too old for that. Two, like she said, you don't know her to be doing stuff like that. Because real talk, if she has brothers or anything like that and they heard she was playing on her line like that, yeah, brother, it's not looking good for you.
Bro, this is
I've seen people get beat up for less.
Level of my friend, they play to the max. So they dared me to do certain things and stuff like
And you
that,
did it. What are
in
you,
which I
7?
really didn't want to do. But because we're in the little frat brother sorority type stuff, I had to do
Simon,
it
I want to
because
stop you right there because I want to call it out straight away.
Yeah.
Nobody believes you.
You
I
did.
heard the
Yeah.
conversation. That did not sound like a dare that you did. Simon, you were laughing because you know you got caught. Simple. Like, just don't make it, don't make up all these things and say no, this and that. Because at the end of the day, right, if you have women in Africa, just say it.
Can I say something?
They shut up, boy.
This is the worst episode
Also,
ever.
You see, when you're laughing like this, it's basically telling me that the stuff is true. And I'm trying to understand why you came on the show when you have all of this going on.
also the next day, or it might have even been like in the wee hours of the morning, after I told him not to call me anymore, he sent me like a little YouTube short, like that somebody created of me with just a whole bunch of negative stuff to say, like of me on the show. So I like, what was that about?
the reason why I sent that, because it was something that you spoke on, and I was just alerting you that this is my first time actually seeing what you said. I never seen it because you said everybody kept saying the tooth fairy thing, and I was like, huh, I never seen that. Because
Oh,
a lot of the stuff that was being posted, I wasn't seeing it. Sometimes people would send it to me, and when they send it to me, I'm like, oh, I didn't see that because as my day going forward, I don't be on social media as much as some other people. I only be on there sometimes. So when I seen it, that's why I sent it to you. I didn't send it to you for bad intent. I just sent it to you just to give you a heads
But
up that
Simon,
what you was.
I had already told you don't contact me, so I wouldn't care what the intent was.
No, I understand, but that's why I did it, just to answer your question. That's
Okay.
why I did it. It
And
wasn't it wasn't
so her.
anything
when
negative.
I heard that
So when a woman says, "Don't call me, don't text me, don't bother
We
me,"
still do it anyway.
so I guess just her consent just didn't matter, huh?
Got it.
Looking really good out here, black
Well,
man.
why didn't she block him? Shut up.
Brothers, my brothers. Let these 3 be the example of what we should never do in the black community. All 3 of them. We got Two-Face, we got the Joker, and then we got just the Penguin. It's just messing up all of Gotham right now, dog.
Corden,
Well,
it sounded
that's
like you
twice.
pocket dialed her, and then there was a voicemail, and then you just didn't realize. That's what it sounded like. And I heard everything that you said, right? And I was very appalled. I was like, "What? This is Simon?"
Please don't say
But
nothing.
this is
What
the
you
thing,
raising
right?
your hand
Simon,
for?
you want to be a player, but do you know how to play? If you don't know how to play, do not play. And I will say this as well, right? Guys, stop trying to play a game that you don't know how to play.
That part.
And this goes to everyone that's watching. Everybody needs to have self-discipline.
That part.
Men and women. Men, have discipline within yourself to
don't
only
give a
be
crap about none
for
of that.
one woman. Woman, have discipline in yourself to only be for one man. If a lot of men are coming up to you and you're entertaining them, then you might as well stay single, because you do not have discipline within yourself to carry yourself a certain way that your man wants you to
Put your hand down,
carry
Simon.
yourself like.
Put it down now.
Men, if you keep looking at women everywhere, you keep saying, I get all these women, this, and that, blah, 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 blah. That's not a flex.
It's not.
It is not a flex.
This idiot did hit himself in the face, man.
Don't call him that.
He did hit himself in the face. Look at this.
Not a flex. It is not a flex.
How he didn't hit himself in the face.
Go back.
Just when they
Go
just
back.
when they can't
Go
get dumber.
back.
Just,
That, blah, 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 blah. That's not a flex. It is not a flex. It's simply,
Go back one more time.
it is not a flex. That, blah, 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 blah. That's not a flex. It is not a flex. It's
hit
simply,
himself in the face.
it's ridiculous because it gets
No,
old.
he tried to clean it up.
You're
His eye
getting
hurt.
older and you keep on. What are you teaching the younger generation, guys?
Can I say something?
No.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Yeah, I know it didn't sound like it was a joke or a game, but it actually was. A lot of the stuff it had a lot of truth to it. Yes, there are females that like me, that's from Africa, that's from my area, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I knew that the phone was still on. It wasn't no pocket, that I knew exactly what was going on. I just couldn't
If you just said
reveal.
that there was some truth to it, bro, we are gonna make this. We're gonna basically think that it's not a dare because you said that
No,
there's some truth in some of the stuff that you said. So that means, do you have multiple women in Africa? Is that
I have.
truth? Is that truthful?
Do I have multiple women in Africa that I'm dating? No. I have females in Africa that hit me up and said that they like me, how I conduct myself, and that I'm
Okay.
chatting with, that I'm getting to know. But multiple in that type of way, no. And this is what I was trying to explain to her. I said after the show, my popularity went sky high in every type of way. But do I have any female that I'm dating on a serious level? No, I don't. I
I
have
want to ask.
friends.
Hey,
Yeah,
can
go
I ask
on,
a question?
Yassine. Yassine, go on.
They Simon, brother to brother, and I'm a little older than you. They got the evidence, bro. As long as
Okay.
you keep fighting,
Nah,
as long as you
this is the slimiest. This is the slimiest trio of men I've ever seen, dog. They getting excited to snake each other, bro.
They gonna be in Pop the Balloon Hall of Fame after
This is the Snake Olympics.
Oh my god.
This is 3 gold medal snakes, bro. Bro, you got a Orochimaru in the corner going stupid right now. This is crazy. You got a Orochimaru right here, Kabuto in the middle, and then you just got some random guy that just didn't fit in any of the ninjutsu mold. He just here. Bro, this is crazy.
keep,
It's
they
a
got the
snake
evidence,
off.
bro. As long as
Okay.
you keep fighting, as long as you keep
You
fighting,
was just telling me this.
you can't just keep going back and
Submit.
forth with this, man.
No, I'm just
You
explaining.
got the
No, no.
no. And then on top of that, hold on, let me finish. Let me land this plane real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Then on top of that, you said you don't be on the internet like that. But the minute they did the interview with them two yesterday, you screen recorded the part of the group chat and put it on your page. I commented
He
on
said
it.
a part of the.
Oh. Orochimaru is putting up numbers right now. He putting up numbers right now.
The part of the group chat.
But when they mentioned the group chat, you took
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
one
yeah,
little
yeah.
snippet and put it on
I,
your page yesterday.
that's the thing. When I yesterday on my way to work, I said, let me go on and see what's going on because I know they was gonna do the
Know where the group chat come from,
no
so you just
no 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 no.
like
What I'm trying to say to you, I don't be on social media as much as pop. When I get on, I be on for a long time for that specific day. So prior to I think it was yesterday. Prior to yesterday, I wasn't on like going back. That's why most of the time when y'all was on the group chat,
chatting.
I wasn't
Really
on. But
chatting.
at the
Chatting.
end of the day, I'm not denying what was said. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of the things that was being said is it got a lot of truth to it. Yes, my popularity went up. A lot of females have hit me up. They want to date me. They want to do different type of things. Yes, but the
Good
thing
luck to
is,
those
my
women.
friend who I wish it was on video chat so y'all could see it, but he was in the back scene and he dared me to do that. And when I wanted to hang up the phone, he said, "Nah, don't
At
do it."
your age, brother,
At your
you
age.
Understand?
Yo,
At your
grown
big age.
You're
age.
40.
Grown.
You're 40.
Grown.
You're 40.
Grown age. Yo, big age.
40.
Big. Big.
Or
Big age. Still prank calling people, huh?
40.
And you want to
I,
blame it
I
on a
get
you
that.
sorority,
accepted there,
fraternity,
and
whatever
then
it
you,
I
is.
did.
and then now we're speaking about it. You're trying to defend yourself
I got
about a
Yes, I
dare that you
accepted.
should never have done.
Yes, I should have
If
never
it
did.
was a dare,
Yes, it was, but I should have never did it. And that's why I told her, I said, if I didn't tell you, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I apologize for the dare. It wasn't what you thought it was, but at the end of
No,
the
it
day,
was.
I
No, it was.
apologize and stuff
It
like that.
was.
I
And
mean, it's exactly what you said before. You just apologize and we move on. Okay,
Yeah, that's
yes.
it.
that's okay.
can I
No, you cannot. No.
can I show this book without the author and nothing, just the title real quick?
Let's see the book.
Orochimaru.
This thing right here is what's missing.
Oh, you
Okay,
think you're
Accountability.
safe.
I wanna ask Jasmine,
Bro,
right?
this is the mastermind. I'm trying to tell y'all. This is the
You
mastermind.
saw the title of the book, How to Master Accountability.
Bro, this is him. He's pulling all the strings. I'm telling y'all.
People be forgetting that you can manipulate accountability. You can make something look like accountability, but it's
Yes,
not.
bro, he's the mastermind. He probably is the one that added her best friend to the group chat and got her in the group. He already said he brung him in. This is the mastermind. I need y'all to pay attention to who's pulling the strings. It's him. He's the snake in the garden.
This the most tea Meta ever had in a week.
This is crazy.
All right, what do you think of all of this? Because obviously
This
your
is
name did
advanced
get
level
brought up
plot.
in the conversation
I'm
with
invested.
Derek and Savannah.
Yeah.
When you actually saw that catch up, how did you feel?
I was definitely a little thrown off. Definitely by, like I said, the whole like special friend comment. Like Simon and I are not special friends. Did we hang out after the episode? Yes, but that's not my special friend. Like he sounds like he's everybody else's special friend, not mine. But yeah, it definitely threw me off a little bit because, to be honest, I haven't spoken to anybody from the show since I left Arizona. So, or maybe the day after I left Arizona. So it was definitely surprising to me. Honestly, this whole
Why
group chat thing is
do
very
you have something to say?
Why are you talking in the middle of her segment? She's been quiet this whole time, bro. What more do you have to say?
Why does he have anything to say?
Oh my god.
Bro, Derek just makes me mad, dog. The frick you got to say? Shut up!
to me. Honestly, this whole group chat thing is very interesting to hear. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, you would think that at some point, at some age, like the maturity would just
Put your hand
What
down.
do you have to
but
say,
I guess
Derek?
not.
Please put it down. Please.
So that's what I think about it. It's very silly. It's very childish.
Right.
It's very immature, in my opinion.
You're right.
You're going, Derek.
So for me, I felt like
I don't
when
give
I
a
told
crap.
Savine,
Derek, nobody gives a crap what you feel. We don't care what you feel. I don't give a crap about if you feel anything.
Wait a minute. Now the principal said he could speak. Let him speak.
My gosh, dude.
Let him speak. The
Like-
principal said he could speak. Let him speak. Raise his
I
hand.
was trying to be accountable,
I don't give a
mature.
crap what you trying.
I don't know if Savina's thing is reconnecting.
Try to shut up, dog.
No, she can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I had told Savina literally before we started that next recording, I had started talking to Jasmine about the little children situation, you know? And I remember you telling me like, hey, stop talking over there. Like, let's get back to recording, you know, before you started shooting again. And so I told Jasmine like, hey, after the show, we'll catch up or whatever. Like we'll still chop it up or whatever. So when I matched with Savina, out of respect for Savina and matching with Savina and what you talked about with the show, as much as I was like, damn, I was attracted to Savina and I wasn't able to finish our conversation. I mean, I was attracted to Jasmine, but I wasn't able to finish the conversation. I was respecting Savina and I didn't reach out to Jasmine. I didn't even look at Jasmine after I connected with Savina, respectfully. You know what I mean? So there was a certain maturity level there for me where it was like, I wasn't reaching out to a bunch of people. I wasn't trying to add a bunch of people.
You want brownie points for that, bro?
Like,
You're a
that's
loser,
why I was
dog.
the back and forth of my character was like, yo, I told Savina, like, hey, there was another girl I was actually attracted to that I didn't even follow up with. And she was outside after that. Savina didn't come out with the rest of
Did you know that there's a species of beetles that can roll around and they can collect their dung and turn it into a giant ball, of which they will push around the earth until it gets to a size that's too great for them, and then they will take that dung and do nothing with it, because that's exactly what this is going. Like, I don't give a crap what you're talking about. It means nothing. It just means nothing, dog. Like, what are we saying, bro? The freaking I'm in an unskippable cutscene, dog. Shut up. Bro, if this was a turn-based game, I let your character your character stays in the back of the party, I never let you get EXP.
No.
Because I just don't care about... Bro, if I get to the end of the story and your character is important to the plot, I automatically lose the game because I invested no points into you. Even if it's your segment, I'll find a way to not use you because you're annoying, dog. God dang.
Watch what you say.
I talked about video games.
You said you didn't hear what you said.
I said, gosh dang,
Oh,
god
okay.
dang, god dang. GAH, god dang.
Okay.
Yeah, I know better. I know better.
Do you?
I do. He
To
don't.
the girls that came out that night. And so yeah, when Jasmine was out, I was like, damn, I was like, and I don't need to get into all that. That's between them. But
Put your hand down,
it was
Simon.
everything I've been trying to do has just been genuine. And so that's why I was trying to argue with
Spell
any ladies.
genuine.
I apologize, black women, for inappropriate anything when
We
any
don't
of this
accept
social
it.
media.
She said, spell genuine. NBA space EX dash ATHLETE genuine.
The show is totally not my intentions.
It was
And
because you
so, like
said
I said, I
it.
take accountability for the part I played in this situation.
Okay, you're going, Simon.
Okay, so we putting everything on the table. So we might as
Oh.
well put it out there. So
All right.
now, as far as what Jasmine says, she hasn't spoken to anybody since she left um Phoenix. That's not true. So
Okay.
I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. After the show, we took pictures. Me and Jasmine took pictures. You talked to me and her as far as you wanted for me and her to match, and you thought it was gonna happen, but it didn't. And I said because of her deal breaker, I have a 4-year-old. Going forward, you said if I would like to come back, and I said no problem. X, Y, and Z, cool. At the end of the day, me and Jasmine, we
No,
went,
Derek, just let the
me,
phone
her,
die.
her sister, and my boy, we went to the spot. They rode with us. We went there. We had a great time. We held hands and everything. Like I said, we was in a relationship. We had a good conversation. Derek, Jody, and the other guys came. I had to help Jody out because he didn't have an ID. So I get him my ID because we somewhat, I don't know, somewhat favor each other. I don't know how, but I said the
You
ID
talking
thing
was
gonna work. So he got
illegal,
it.
brother.
This brother then snitched.
What?
Sir, that's a crime.
See, you the reason why we gotta have the real IDs.
Jasmine was still
That right
upset
there.
because Jody said the comment about he gonna dunk her in the pool in a jacuzzi and then take her to the Waffle House so he can get the wake up off her and see how she really look under stuff like that. She was upset about that. And I told her, don't worry about that. He don't mean no harm. He just talking. And at the end of the day, we had a good time. We was at the table. We was kissing, you know, tongue kissing the whole 9 yards. Um, Her sister said she wanted to leave, and I said it's not an issue. If your sister want to leave, I'm not gonna sit here and allow your sister to leave by herself. So I told Jasmine, basically, after if your sister leaving, we all gonna go. I'm gonna get a room in your hotel, and after you and your sister get situated, you could come where I'm at and stuff like that. She agreed with it. When we got in the car, 5, 10 minutes later, she changed her mind. If it's meant to be, it'll be. But for us not to spend the night, me being the guy I am, no problem. So when we got to the hotel, we went. I walked her and her sister
There's got to be a
upstairs
build up
as
to
a
this.
gentleman. We went upstairs, holding hands, like I said, we're together, quote unquote. When we went upstairs, her sister went in a room. Me and her was talking. We kissed a little bit more. And she had told me prior to us coming to the hotel that her sister said that if her sister leave, will she bring me in the room, in their room? So it had me thinking, but I just left my thought where it was at. After I left, me and my boy,
She taking notes.
we still was in contact.
She
When she
taking
went back home,
notes.
no, we still was in contact. She sent me a picture of how she looked when she put on a nice outfit, and it was a nice, I believe it was a nice dress, very colorful. and look nice on her. So after that, when
Wait, wait,
she
wait.
went
Who we
home,
talk about? Is he talking about her or her?
Yes, Jasmine. That's Jasmine.
Okay, he talking about her. Okay.
Yes.
we chat, and I said, show me your spot, show me where you stay at, the scenery, because I'm into that. I like beautiful scenery, different areas, especially if I haven't been there. So I said, let
It's
me see how
mountain
you
and
living.
dirt.
So she showed me a little bit of her area where she lived, the inside her apartment, and
Oh,
she
okay. I
didn't
thought she
show
was
me
still in
her
Arizona.
room. But then later on, she showed me her room. So me and her had a situation where I believe this is where things kind of like ended its course,
It's a lot of buildup
which
to this.
was I
Yes.
was on the phone with her and I was on my way to my mother's house because I told her I'm African and I'm the only child from my mother. I'm not
Yo,
a
bro,
mama's
bro.
boy or anything like that. But
Okay,
Okay.
hold on. I need a breather, dog. Cause it's like, bro, this is a long cutscene, dog. Y'all okay? Y'all drink water today? Did y'all breathe today? Did y'all talk to God today? Talk to God, man. All right, y'all ready to jump back in?
No.
This better. I'm hoping to pay off. Like, please tell me, like, she answered FaceTime by accident, and it was a dude in the phone with a hey, she's busy text or something. Like, with all this build up, bro, let me find out you have Vin Rains in your kitchen. Like,
Watch it be
at the
Jody.
end of the day,
making eggs.
when your mother cook, I'm a big fan of my mother cooking.
Okay, go to
So
your
I
mama
said I'm
house
just
then.
stopping by my
Cool.
mother's house to get some of her food so I could take it to work. You
Okay,
know,
cool. Cool.
mama cooked best. So when I went there, I said I was on a FaceTime with her. I said, you want to say hi? Because I'm real spontaneous. I don't play by everybody else's rule. I just go with the flow. She said, sure, why not? But she had a feeling I was going to do that. So this is where things went left. So when I put her on the phone, my mother, being who she is, she said the wildest stuff, which was crazy. She said, didn't you introduce me to her before? I said, no, I never introduced you to her before. So I'm looking at my mother like, you okay? But knowing my mother, she at the old stage, she's an elderly lady, you know, and at the end of the day, when she said that, I said to myself, my mom is tripping, because I never introduced you to her before. She said, you sure? I'm like, I never did. So since that situation, when I try to contact Jasmine, Jasmine never answered the phone. I text her, I called her in between time, because I try not to blow her phone up with texts and calls and stuff like that. So I waited for a while. Her
Mm.
birthday came, which was on the 16th.
Okay.
I said, I'm gonna hit her up on her birthday just to wish her happy birthday. Being the
Okay.
kind of guy I am, I remembered.
Okay, good for you.
And I
Cool.
sent her a
Whatever.
birthday text.
All right,
She never
nice.
responded. So I said, you know what? If she never responded on something positive, I guess that's it. And she made her decision and I
All
left it
right.
alone.
I would
So
have
for her
Okay.
to
too.
say that she hasn't been in contact with anybody since the show, that's not true, Jasmine.
You
Okay.
did all you, bro.
Ain't
How
no
long was
way
that?
I just got hit with an
Was
unskippable.
that 10 minutes of him talking?
Bro, I thought he was about to say something crazy, and all I got was nothing.
Oh,
You just wasted all my time, and then the honorable freaking
You know what?
want to speak up, bro. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna give him a C for being detailed and thorough, but I'm gonna give him an F because he did not follow the prompt.
that was just a waste of time.
You did not follow the prompt.
Bro, he got. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. He got me. You so dumb.
I'm so tired of you.
Bro, I yawned and I leaked.
Y'all
man.
want to kite? I'm about to auction you off.
Bro, I'm sorry. I yawned, man. I yawned, but
like a sprinkler.
nah. You can do it on command. Truthfully, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it, but
I can't too.
I forgot. It's that thing to people don't know. It's called gleek, right? It's if you take your tongue and you pull your tongue back to the corner, like where your wisdom teeth are, and it'll cause spit to shoot out.
Yeah,
like,
because
just
that
like
little thing underneath
like a
your
string.
tongue. Yeah.
My fault. I did it instinctively. My fault, yo.
First of all, I said I haven't been in contact with anybody. So if I could just have a quick rebuttal, because I don't even need to. You clearly just want so much like attention or something. Clearly, that's why you're
That's why
in the
she was
YouTube
taking her
comments.
notes.
Damn.
But I said I haven't spoken to anybody maybe since the show or a couple days after the show, sweetheart. And I have not spoken to you since a couple days after the show. Um, the whole hanging out, yes, we absolutely did hang out after the show. We were together, like again, I think it was a moment. We had some type of connection over just bonding over being on the show together. Um, and that's what it was. Like it was no, we were together. Like I was
Do
never a
we?
special friend to sign.
But here's what this makes you look really bad though. Because you was having these quote unquote moments with her, but then you was in her DMs.
Yes.
You're a dog.
You're bored.
Yeah. Let's just be clear. I never agreed to. You actually asked to come or get a hotel at or get a room at the hotel that I was at. I said no.
So
You
that's
said, "Do
thirsty,
you want to
bro.
get
You don't
do
need to
you
do
want me
all
to get a
that.
hotel where I'm at and you can stay with me?" My sister was with me. My sister was never leaving and you were never coming into my hotel. So you even trying to put that narrative out there is a joke to me. Like literally, cuz don't disrespect me as a woman cuz you coming to my hotel was never an option, sweetheart. Um then
I don't
what else
know.
was it? I don't even
I don't know, bro. He memorized that whole script like that was like a key point in his life, though. I don't know.
know. Those were the
But he
two
do be
main points,
lying.
but you were not coming to my house
Was
or
we
to my
kissing?
hotel. We did
Was
kiss. I don't have to, I'm
so
not
that
denying that, but we were not
Y'all
that's
grown.
together.
not to be rude, not to cut you off. This is why I posted special friend. That's the reason why I put special friend because we had an intimate moment in which Derek is a witness because he's seen how he was and stuff like that. That's why I
Okay.
posted it. It ain't
I got
nothing negative towards you, but
no, it
I
is
just like to
negative towards
speak
me
my
because you
truth.
just like I said, you just put out a narrative as if I were and I was inviting you and you tried to invite yourself to get a room at my hotel. Like I never asked you, I never suggested it in any way, shape, or form. Like so I genuinely don't appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you making a face. Like, am I saying something that's incorrect?
Yes.
You were the one that insinuated that, not me, sweetheart. Like you're so confused.
Can I say something, please?
Go
I
ahead.
s- I just said it in the thing that I said. I said I made a suggestion that I would get a room in your spot, and you agreed. I said
I
after
never
you.
agreed to that, Simon.
Okay. Joy, do
Okay.
you want to say something, Joy?
Yes, let
Yeah,
Joy
because
speak.
I just okay. So Simon, if you did feel like Jasmine was your special friend, why are you reaching out to other girls from the show or friends that came with contestants from the show? Like
That's
that
Because he's
doesn't
a
yeah.
really.
thought.
Let me answer that too.
Okay.
Now, yeah, her name's Seven. That yeah, your friend was the say it again.
Savina.
Yeah, your friend was the one that hit me up first. She hit me up on Instagram because I told my boy, I said, I remember this girl because all the girls that Jasmine's sister and the rest of the girls that came with y'all, I was the one, Derek and the other guys
You
can
want to play
tell you,
rock,
I
paper,
spoke
scissors?
to everybody. I said, how you doing? How you doing? And I spoke to all of y'all friends.
Hey, you want all
And
three?
after I
Oh.
spoke to them, I just sat down. And then
Hold
I
on, hold
said
on.
to
Hold on.
myself, when we left
One,
the
two,
show, your
three,
friend
shoot.
hit me up.
Okay. One.
And when she hit me up, I said, hold on, this girl look familiar. I
Oops.
might forget names, but I don't forget faces. So when she hit me up, I hit her back up and said, wasn't you backstage for your friend or your sister or something like that? She said, yeah. I said, I knew that was you. And me and her was just being friends. I never try to talk to your sister in that type of way. I just asked her about I asked her about you and Derek. I asked her about you and Derek and stuff
He's
like
still
that. And me and
talking.
her got cool and stuff like that. And we was just, exchanging
He's still
information
talking.
and just talk about different things. But I never told her that we're gonna date and this and that. And it wasn't like that, Joy. I never try to get with nobody's friends and nothing like that.
Now you were in the
Oh, he
inbox
was
talking to
in my
yourself.
text talking to himself as well. So if I knew we were sending receipts to BM, I would have
Is
sent
this?
them ahead
This
of
one.
time.
He said that my friend initiated a conversation with him.
So,
She followed him, of course, because IG names are visible. He
Yes.
came in. I have the screenshots because she sent them to me.
oh,
He came in with all this stuff telling about himself,
Wait,
what kind of
it's right
work he
there.
does, where he work at, calling her on
Mm.
Instagram. She's not answering the phone. sending
Oh,
paragraphs. See, the thing about Simon is Simon doesn't write in sentences. He writes dialogue. He writes paragraphs or whatnot. He's like he tries to do this whole little persuasion of thing on why to pick him. Like he's one of those pick me kind of guys or whatnot.
but wait,
But
Savina
what
talking.
I'm
Oh,
trying to understand, BM,
sorry, Savina.
is when in the group chat, when Derek said that was his person, I'm trying to understand who was his Jersey brother that he said told him that with Jasmine it's a no go. I'm trying to understand what the no go meant.
Okay, so I'm gonna conclude this whole mini reunion here. I want to conclude it. The conclusion is, guys, please have better decision making.
You're too old for this.
Ladies, please. Moving on, make better decisions. If you feel like the person you're talking to doesn't align with you, do not do things with this person then you're gonna regret later on. And that's the truth. You know, you this is not pop the balloon or find friends. You're not here to make friends, because the friends you make, this is what happens. These are the friends that you don't want to make.
Y'all are
Look
weird.
at what's happening. Right? Simon, you're nodding your head. Your name came up everywhere.
Ugh.
But you also need to have better decision making skills. Like, everybody needs to learn how to make better decisions in life, because the decision that you make as an adult makes who you are. You understand? Like, I made this decision to do all of this, and this is what makes me who I am right now. You know, if you decide to go with a man that you've just met, you don't know him, you decide to hang out with that person and stuff happens, you made that decision.
Right.
Why don't you think, oh, you know what? Let me actually get to know this person first. Let me actually take it slow. Let me not just go, all in. Take your time. I want to end it off with all of this group chats and all that. Guys, you're older. You can't be doing all this. At what age do you decide to get serious? At what age?
Child.
At what age?
That's a question you'll never get answered. I'm sorry.
These
DM.
younger generations are looking at you like, damn, like, if that's what they're doing, what we're doing is not that bad.
It's not.
Because this here is more messy than some of the stories we hear from the younger generation.
Yep. I wish I had
Lot
drama
of
like this in my
unhealed
life. No, I
trauma.
don't.
Hey, shut the freak up, Derek. I freaking asked you.
I had to take it back, bro. I was about to say, I wish I had drama like this, so I could have something to look forward to.
He thought he was gonna slip in there. It's a lot of unhealed. Shut the freak up. Give a crap what you healed from.
The tea just
No,
be
Derek, we don't
brewing.
want to get into that
Just
right
be
now.
brewing over there for y'all.
Give a crap what you healed from, Derek.
To end it off,
Joy
you
got
don't
the
have
funniest
anything
face.
final to say
She
before
got
we
the
leave.
funniest facial
Jasmine, you can
expressions,
start.
bro.
Sure. I just was gonna say, like I said, I think I thought that even though yes, it is pop the balloon or find love, I decided to hang out with a person outside of the show, and it got me nowhere, and that is fine. But I don't appreciate being lied on. But I guess people are gonna do what they're gonna do at the end of the day. But that's just
Okay.
what it is. I still appreciated being on the show. It was definitely a fun experience.
Yeah, and we actually spoke about bringing you back. And I actually want everybody in the comments to comment down below who you want me to bring back on the show.
Joy, all the women. Bring back all the women.
The more Derek talks, the deeper the hole he digs for himself. Derek has had an answer for everything, and it's never a man. Shout out to being for holding these people accountable. Derek is so unlikable, it's scary. Notice how the men use the phrase female, but BM refers to them as women. It's a difference.
Yes.
The men laughing at Simon's appointment is the most childish moment I've seen from a group of grown men. When BM is hosting the catch-up himself, I know it's going to be a principal office type vibe. He gets all the tea. We should have a series called BM Get 'em. Derek is a weirdo. Hey, Derek said in his episode he knows when to shut it and listen. Hasn't seen that yet. Simon and Derek are the prime example of the dating pool in 2025. Bring none of these corny dudes back on the show. These guys are sociopaths. The women never had a chance with these goofies. Derek is simply undateable. BM handled this perfectly. BM's message is grow up. Derek is a goofball, and I'm okay with never seeing him on any screen again. Thanks. Arlette locked one of the wisest man God brought to this earth. You're blessed, sis. When BM said, Derek, this is not your conversation, brother, this had me up. Don't blame sororities and fraternities for your childishness. That's not what it's about. You're just childish. Mm-hmm. This just shows the majority of men that are trying to date need lessons on maturity and self-awareness. While I'm speechless, the maturity level of the people at this grown age, BM, thank you for calling it out.
Show from this reunion.
Yeah.
Let's have a Savannah.
I just want to say I enjoyed this entire experience. What I did learn from this experience is, people will eventually show whom they are. People will portray and wear many hats. But I thank God for the gift of discernment that He's blessed me with to allow me to see people's exterior and interior. So.
Okay. And Joy?
I just had a good time. I thought it was a good experience for me, even though I didn't match with anyone. I'm glad I did not match because it just kind of seems like the quality of the men, honestly, just were not there. As far as maturity wise, it has nothing to do with y'all have going on personally. And yeah, I met some good women as well.
Okay. And Simon?
Yeah, please have him go last. Have Derek go last.
Truth be told, it was a good experience, and thank you once again for bringing me on your platform, and I really appreciate it. I haven't given up on love. Yes, I'm a friendly person. I like to be real. I like to be open. I like to be honest. And what it seemed like, it's not what it seemed like. From what I believe, a lot of females on the show are very delusional. They say one thing, but then after the show, they
We're doing closing statements, sir. And that's what you decide to be your closing statement. You know how when you tell somebody, listen, I'm gonna end the argument here, we're not gonna keep going,
and they
still keep going. But you brought up this, I just said we're not gonna talk about it no more. It's a closing statement. Oh my
do another
gosh.
thing totally different. Because if you popped on me, but you're kicking it with me after the show, why did you pop? It don't make sense. So I just leave that question mark right there. But other than that, I don't have no bad blood with
Jasmine, you
anybody.
gotta hold
It's
that one
all
because he got a
love,
point.
all
You gotta hold that
laughter.
one. I'm sorry.
But you don't get to say I ain't got no bad blood for nobody, but then throw shade, as much shade as you can in that. That's the most, bro. I'm sorry, that's coward.
And I'm gonna say this real quick. The thank yous don't mean nothing when y'all do stuff like this to the show. The thank yous don't mean nothing. Thank you for bringing me onto your platform that I desecrated, by the way.
That part.
With the whole group chat because I'm immature.
That part.
And I respect everybody. It's not that serious. I don't have no hate in my heart for anybody. So
that don't mean nothing towards us
whether
anyway. Who cares?
anybody think good or bad of me, I leave it to God. Other than that,
Don't do that.
everybody stay
Don't do
blessed
that.
and humble.
Don't bring God in this. Stop doing that.
I just hope everything works
Even
out
the
for
devil
everybody.
know how to call God, man. Stop doing that.
Derek?
Yeah. Ooh,
I had a great
Derek,
time.
okay,
I got to meet somebody new. I got to learn things going on for herself.
And I don't even like how I represented myself because I wasn't even able to show my personality due to jet lag and bad decisions early that morning. And two, in closing, if you're a friend of everybody, you're an enemy of yourself.
Right.
Shut up, Orochimaru. That was the snakiest response ever, man.
Look at Joy.
That boy Orochimaru done played everybody, dog. I'm not falling for it.
Drag me back down, man. I've been upstairs this whole time suffering.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ain't nobody buying into any of that crap. All three dudes, I don't trust none of them, bro. Orochimaru was pulling strings in the back. Simon's a dog, and then Derek just.
Yeah.
Derek just needs to. Yeah.
I would like to see all the women come back. The only thing is, like I said, Jasmine, she got to take that L.
Because this was messy, but I liked it. But now, hey, what's that over there? It's somebody saying goodbye.
Oh, bye-bye.